Hey everyone, Hammer Dan here with Hammer Performance. So, welcome back to our second episode of Hammer Performance Product Preview. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and preview the Bronze Oil Pump Drive Gear. This oil pump drive gear is specific to the Sportsters and Buells. We want to talk a little bit about why you should replace it, all those good things, the benefits behind it. So, a little background information. The Bronze Oil Pump Drive Gear was developed by Buell at Harley-Davidson. They developed it and it came out on the 06 and later 06, 07 Buells, X1 or XBs. And they did that for a reason. Apparently on the Buells, all the XBs and earlier model Buells, they had a higher rev limit from the factory, 7,500 RPMs, straight from the factory. So because of that, what was happening over a period of time is with the higher RPM rev limit, they were getting flywheel spread. And on the earlier model Buells, the flywheels weren't that great. So as they got flywheel spread, their pinion shaft started to wallow. And as that pinion shaft wallowed with the steel oil pump drive gear on there, you started to get tight, loose, tight, loose, tight, loose on your oil pump. This is the steel one here, bronze one here. So Buell decided to replace it because what was happening is they were getting excessive wear on the steel oil pump drive gear. And as you can see here, if we take a look at this, and it's only in one direction, you can't see it on this side, but it sits on this side, and you can see between the teeth there, you can see the shiny part that's down in there. There's actually a lip there. That's wear from over a period of time of running this thing, especially at higher RPMs. So Buell decided to try to alleviate that with developing the bronze oil pump drive gear. Material's a little bit softer, it's a little more forgiving, a little better wear characteristics than the steel. So what was happening is on the steel, when they had that flywheel spread like that, and we were getting tight, loose, and excessive wear on the steel oil pump drive gear, over a period of time, you take the chance of shearing teeth off, just literally ripping the teeth right off this drive gear. And of course, you know as well as I, if you do that, the teeth are going to go into the oil pump. It's going to destroy and lock up the oil pump. You're going to have shrapnel starting to go through the motor, which in turn just starts to destroy things, and it starts to get super, super costly when you have to go in and start replacing everything. So they came out with this oil pump drive gear, the bronze one, to replace that and try and alleviate some of that wear. So with that being said, we decided, hey, this is a really good idea for reliability purposes, cheap insurance, to go ahead and replace the steel oil pump drive gear with a bronze oil pump drive gear. Now we recommend that if you're going to swap cams out in the bike, that's a perfect time to do it. We don't necessarily recommend swapping. You surely can. Again, it's cheap insurance, but our suggestion is, hey, if you're swapping cams out and doing one of our big bore kits, something of that nature, to go ahead and do the bronze oil pump drive gear as well. At that point, we're turning up the rev limiter in the bike to make more horsepower with the packages we put together. And so, it's good, cheap insurance to go ahead and do that. We have this bronze oil pump drive gear added to all of our horsepower performance packages or any of our packages where we are swapping out the cams. So it comes part of that package if you're buying that package. But other instances where you might consider replacing it is if you have a bike that has really high mileage on it. Take a look. Now you got to pull this off to really see the wear on it. You can't really look at it because it sits in one direction and only wears on one side. You can't really see that until you pull it off. So ideally, to check it, you really have to pull it off and take a look at it and decide whether or not. But again, cheap insurance on high mileage bikes to go ahead and replace that. The reason we do it is because all of our performance packages, we're turning up the rev limiter to 7,500 RPMs, roughly somewhere in there. And of course, when we do that, we're going to exaggerate that flywheel spread to cause some of these issues. So this is the cheap insurance to fix that, so you don't have a major catastrophe in the bike, especially after spending a lot of money, building your bike and putting a performance package together. So again, bronze oil pump drive gear replaces the steel oil pump drive gear. It's very, very cheap insurance. You can get them on our website, $98 a piece. or they come with all of our performance horsepower packages. So again, we highly recommend upgrading this in the bike. So any questions, shoot me some comments below. Other than that, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Peace out.